today's episode. I can't wait to share with you my excitement and enthusiasm when it comes to the use of the tomahawk. The tomahawk has a great tradition in several warrior traditions. What I'm going to be showing you today is the use of the tool itself, specifically drawing from Native American and Filipino traditions. So I do want to show also what I have here, but the specific emphasis of today's video is that it's going to piggyback on the ideas that I mentioned in a previous video around Bowie and FMA. Because what I've found is that with tomahawk work, it's a great combination of the Bowie knife pedagogy and the FMA pedagogy all in one tool. There is no coincidence at all that the American tomahawk has been utilized in our American Special Forces with the delivery system of the PSYOP Tactical Group delivered by Guru Tom Kyer. So it is a very exciting thing because drawing from very traditional warrior traditions, our American Special Forces is using a traditional martial tool, both of Filipino and Native American origin, to prepare themselves in defense of the United States. So I want to show some of these tools, the ones that I'm going to be working with today. I want to show you a few of them right now. I am a very big fan of cold steel tomahawks. This one is the Cold Steel Warhawk. It has this wonderful sheath that comes with it. Not only does it have an edge here, but you also have this tool here that isn't actually sharp, but is very good for impact purposes, and from what I understand, used for room clearing by American military personnel overseas. So this is for breaking down doors, room clearing, etc. Right? So it's designed very well. This is how, if you order it, this is how it would come. So nice and clean, and it has these grooves over here so that if you happen to change grip and choke all the way up, a la Dagdag Bawas, you have this very secure indexing on this side. This is the Cold Steel Warhawk, which I absolutely love. This is a very great tool. There is a sister companion to the Warhawk, which I also really like, and in my opinion, it's a little more aggressive. And this one is the Cold Steel Trench Hawk. Very similar in design, and again, I love that it comes in this beautiful sheath. Very similar construction, but as you can see here, it has that edge, but there is now a very sharp spike on this side. And this is an important detail with regards to the Trench Hawk because it is weaponized in a very different way. So this can be, as I was referencing earlier, this can work as a kind of back cut, over here. Very similar in terms of the construction. What I have done and what many practitioners do is that we like to index the handle. So there's a lower grip, a mid grip, a choke grip, and then a fourth one with the grooves over here, because that's going to be a big part of the practice and the versatility of the tool in combining Filipino and Native American traditions and also some of the Bowie tradition. You can change your grip according to where you are on the handle. Really amazing tool. So for today's video, when I demonstrate with the tomahawk, I will be demonstrating with the Trench Hawk Trainer, which I highly recommend, especially if you're looking to get into this practice. For my own personal Rolando Estacado practice, I absolutely love training with the Cold Steel Trench Hawk. What it does is that it seamlessly combines the Bowie methodologies, which is just so effective, along with the Mohara practices that I inherited from my father's instructor, Felicissimo Dizon. It's something that I have found to coincide with a lot of the tomahawk curriculum that happens to be out there. So I hope you enjoy it. Happy to share this information with you. The tomahawk moves like no other weapon I have ever handled. It is the most versatile and unpredictable weapon I have ever trained in. The Winkler Psyoc R&D Tomahawk, which was famously carried by the U.S. Navy SEAL Team 6, has also been featured in Amazon Prime series The Terminal List, which is based on the Jack Carr novels, where the Tomahawk is predominantly featured in its marketing materials. Modern Tomahawk designs like these Cold Steel Warhawks and Trench Hawks
are greatly influenced not just by Native American designs, but also by Filipino Igorot tribes, whose head-hunting axe was recently reviewed by a YouTuber who specializes in weaponry, that these are the most brutal weapons he has ever seen and reviewed. The methodologies ascribed to the tomahawk emphasize unpredictability and sudden violence with no positional setup. The multi-sectional grip that I had mentioned earlier allows the practitioner to change not only its ranges but also the uses of the tomahawk depending on the needs of the battlefield conditions. For example, we can take this grip, which comes from dagdag bawas, which turns into a horizontal rake, then into a puño strike, but that shaft can also be used as an impact tool or a control tool that wraps around the head. From this position, I can then move into a downward strike. Could also be a catch and pull, then using my body as a base of support to change my ranges again. A la dagdag bawas, we do the exact same thing with the tomahawk because there's an edge, a pike, and a punch at the end of the tomahawk. These changes can occur in mid-strike, or they can also occur in mid-chamber. What makes it absolutely effective is its unpredictability and sudden violence in every range that it enters. So there is a flourish, there is an entry, there is a catch, and a pull, but regardless of the range, every strike can be absolutely lethal. With this reverse pike strike at close range, it is very possible for you to deliver a lethal blow with right and left hand. We start to see the kabilaan methodology play itself out here. So both in right and left and then back to right, it becomes absolutely lethal and versatile with either a cut, a punch, or a rake. It lends itself easily to flourishes and flows, which makes it an absolute pleasure to work with when you're doing solo flows. More importantly, it exposes the practitioner to the warring principles of the open battlefield. Not only was it used by Native Americans, Filipinos, and also European traditions, it is currently being used by our elite U.S. Navy SEALs as part of a sidearm methodology that allows them to become effective in close quarters. In my own estocada practice, the tomahawk is absolutely effective when it is paired with its sister, the American bowie. This combination of short and long makes it absolutely devastating because on the one hand, you have the bowie knife, which is the most powerful knife ever created, but it doesn't change ranges. What changes ranges is the tomahawk because of its dagdag bawas methodology, where you can take, for example, a high line attack, but then you combine it with a low line attack of the bowie knife. This combination of constantly changing ranges and constantly changing levels provides the practitioner with a deeper and better understanding of long and short principles which are highly prevalent in battlefield conditions. The unpredictability and sudden violence of the tomahawk combined with the American bowie makes this tomahawk bowie flow one of my favorites because it teaches me and gets me in touch with some of the deeper principles and practices of open battlefield warfare, which is at the heart of the spirit of the warrior. Warriorship in both the traditional and modern sense. I really hope you enjoyed this tomahawk and bowie video. More videos to come. Thank you for your support of the Rolando Estocada channel.